Hey there and welcome. Let's talk about phrasal verbs. They can be one of the absolute trickiest parts of learning English, right? Well, not anymore. Today, we're going to crack the code behind two of the most common particles out there, up and out. And once you see the hidden logic, you'll never have to just memorize them again.
So it all kicks off with this little puzzle. Have you ever wondered why we say I used up all the milk, but we also say we have run out of milk? I mean, they kind of seem to mean the same thing, right? The milk is gone. But there is a very subtle, very important difference, and understanding it is the key to mastering tons of other phrasal verbs.
So here's our mission today, and it's pretty simple. We are not going to sit here and memorize endless lists of words. Nope. Instead, we're going to be detectives. We're going to uncover the secret patterns behind the particles themselves. Once you see the logic and how up and out work, all these verbs will just click.
All right, first on our list is up. Now, you might just think it means, moving in a higher direction, but in the wild world of phrasal verbs, it's actually this super powerful tool with its own secret logic.
And here it is, the big secret, the up code. Almost every time you see it, up is adding one of three core ideas to a verb: the idea of appearing, the idea of creating something, or the idea of finishing something completely. Let's break each one down. Let's start with appearing. When you add up to a verb, like show or turn, it suddenly takes on this meaning of arriving or becoming visible. You don't just show for a meeting, you show up. That little word signals your arrival. And check this out. Turn up adds this extra layer of surprise, right? The keys didn't just appear. They turned up after they were lost, almost like magic. That tiny word up adds that whole extra vibe to the sentence. Okay, the second part of our up code is all about creation. Think about it. You make up a story, you're literally inventing it from nothing. You set up a business, you're establishing it, bringing it into existence. You build up your savings, you're developing it over time. Up signals that something new is being formed.
This example is just perfect. It really captures that idea of slow, gradual creation. They didn't just build a business, they built it up. You can almost feel the process of adding layer after layer, year after year.
And finally, we have finishing or completion. This one is huge. Remember when you were told to eat up your vegetables? It didn't just mean eat some of them, it meant eat all of them. Up adds that powerful sense of finality, of total consumption. Okay, pay really close attention here because this is important. This sentence is all about the action of consuming. The focus is on the person who did the using. I did the action until it was complete. This is one half of the solution to our puzzle, so keep it in your back pocket. All right, we have officially cracked the code for up. So let's move on to its partner, out, and see the whole new set of meanings this one brings to the table. So here's the code for out. It usually adds ideas like searching and discovering, finishing something until it's totally gone, or something just disappearing completely. Now, you'll notice finishing is in both codes, but the feeling behind it is totally different. Let's kick things off with searching. This one makes a lot of sense, right? When you need information, you don't just find it, you find out the details. Out implies you're uncovering something that was hidden or unknown. You're bringing it out into the open.
This is a perfect everyday example. The information, the train time, it exists, but you don't know it yet. The action of finding out is that whole process of searching for and finally getting that specific piece of data.
Now for finishing. So like up, out can mean completion, but it has this really strong feeling of depletion or even exhaustion. Without, things don't just finish, they get used until there is absolutely nothing left, or they become so damaged they just can't be used anymore. Think about this example. The shoes weren't used up in one single action. They slowly became unusable over a long time. They reached a final state of being completely worn out. The focus here is on that final depleted condition. The last part of the out code is disappearing. This is all about things that stop existing or being available. Dinosaurs didn't just die, they died out, which means the entire species vanished. A fire goes out, meaning its flame is just gone. And here we see that idea of complete and total unavailability. The tickets aren't just sold, they sold out. That means the supply is completely empty. There are zero left for anyone. Okay, we've cracked both codes. We now understand the logic of up and the logic of out. So now it's time for the big showdown. Let's bring them together and finally solve our original puzzle.
And here it is, the solution. When I say I used up the milk, I'm focusing on my action of consuming it. But when we say we have run out of milk, the focus is on the resulting state. The supply is empty. So here's the key takeaway, the golden rule. Up emphasizes the action, while out emphasizes the state of emptiness. It's really that simple. So you've learned the codes, you've seen the logic, now it's your turn to be the code breaker. Let's do a little pop quiz and see if you can put your new skills to the test. All right, here's the first one. He made a story about being sick. Should it be up or out? Think about it. Is he creating something from nothing, or is he depleting a supply of stories? Think back to our codes.
And the answer is up. He made up a story. Of course, because he was inventing it, creating it from thin air. That fits perfectly with our up code for creation. Fantastic work. Let's try one more quick matching game to really lock this in. Ready? Number 1, use up. That matches with C, to consume entirely. Number 2, set up. That goes with D, to arrange or establish. How about number 3, die out? That's A, to become extinct. Number 4, wear out. That connects to B, to become damaged from use. And finally, number 5, show up, matches with E, to arrive. How'd you do? So there you have it. You no longer need to be afraid of phrasal verbs with up and out. You have the code. You understand the hidden logic. So really the only question left is, which one of these are you going to confidently use in a sentence first? Thanks for joining me.